We're going to fix this large gash across the front of the chest here, and we're using the clone tool with brush hardness of 0.50. And in this picture I'm actually making a mistake right now at this point. I've selected the area on his stomach, and I didn't realize where the gash was skin. I thought that line on the neckline was just another wrinkle or fold or crease, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't until a little later on I noticed it. I'm used to modern necklines on t-shirts, not this old-fashioned stuff. But it doesn't really matter because I had the opacity tool so light, I was able to go over it with the right thing without having to undo it. I have the opacity set at 57% on the clone tool, and now I'm selecting an actual area of skin and going over that gash in the photo again. And I'll go across the bottom here, and then I'll choose a nice skin area above the gash and go over it again and work my way back and forth, choosing from above or below the gash depending on how good it looks, and until the gash doesn't show anymore. And by using the opacity at 57%, it blends in better. And if the area you go over is too light compared to the rest of it, you just let go of your brush and then drag it over that area again, and it'll make it a little darker and a little darker. And you can do it in layers that way and make one spot a little darker than another by not using it at 100% all the time. And if you look at this photo, there's a whole bunch of vertical lines in this part of the photograph. You got the arms, the lines along the armpits and the side of his body, the suspenders, the neckline on his t-shirt, and most of the time we're going to be using the clone tool vertically. So you're going to select an area and either use the tool directly above the area selected or directly below the area selected. The shading runs vertical too, mostly in this part of the photo. And what I'm doing here is, if you look at his chest, the left side of his chest is lighter and the right hand side is darker, and right near the right hand suspender there is a in-between tone. It's a little darker than the left hand side and a little lighter than the right hand side, and it's just like a transition area. So by selecting this transition area and then lining the brush directly under the area I'm copying and then moving left and right, I will copy that same exact shading or fade, like the fade out or fade in, depending on which way you're moving, from light to dark or dark to light, will get copied exactly by lining the brushes up accurately as you can. What I'm doing now is an important lineup. I'm selecting the edge of the suspender, and then what I'm going to do is go down where the suspender should be and line it up perfectly, and then drag up and down to create the missing edge of the suspender and connect the area above the gash to the area below. And because they're lined up perfectly now, I can drag up and down and go left and right and reconnect and recreate the suspenders. As I drag the brush over the damaged area, you can see it's too light. It doesn't quite match. And that's because they have the opacity at 53%. So I'll go over the area and then I'll release the brush and then I'll drag over it again. And each time I go over it, it'll get a little darker and a little darker. If you go over the area and back and forth a few times, but you don't release the brush, it won't get any darker. But if you release the brush and then go over it again, it'll get a little darker. And each time you release the brush and go over it, it'll get darker and darker. And that sounds kind of redundant, I guess. But that's the way it works. Now I'm going to go up and select an undamaged part of the edge of the suspenders and continue that edge down to the lower part of the suspender and just finish it up and complete the connection between the top and bottom halves. And that'll be it for this video. In the next video, I'll show you how to repair these missing fingers. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope it works for you. Good luck. Bye.